I think it's very important to actually read some quotes so that, say, we as Baha'is can truly empathize with the concerns of the Christian community. The New Testament is very explicit that false prophets are coming and will attempt to lead people astray. So let's take a look at some of them. I solemnly charge you in the presence of God and of Christ Jesus, who is to judge the living and the dead. And by his appearing and his kingdom, preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with great patience and instruction. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but wanting to have their ears tickled, they will accumulate for themselves teachers in accordance to their own desires, and will turn away their ears from the truth, and will turn aside to myths. So here we're being told that in the future, people will not be enduring sound doctrine, will not be holding to the truths of the New Testament, but they will begin to accumulate teachers to themselves that tell them what they want to hear, that will be tickling their ears. So often we might, say as a Christian, look at the Baha'i faith, even see its beauties, and say, but you just wish your ears to be tickled, so you're accumulating teachers that tell you what you wish to hear. Another quote from 2 Peter. But false prophets also arose among the people, just as there will also be false teachers among you, who will secretly introduce destructive heresies, even denying the master who bought them. Bringing swift destruction upon themselves, many will follow their sensuality, and because of them the way of the truth will be maligned. And in their greed they will exploit you with false words. Their judgment from long ago is not idle, and their destruction is not asleep. Again, I think it's important to understand how disconcerting a passage like this is, that you again have individuals who will come and introduce destructive heresies, bringing destruction, and that they are following their sensuality. And I don't think that simply means sexuality. It is actually the desire to be told what they want to hear. And this must be a concern of any individual who is a disciple of the New Testament. But the Spirit explicitly says that in later times, some will fall away from the faith, paying attention to deceitful spirits and the doctrines of demons, by means of the hypocrisy of liars, seared in their own conscience, as with a branding iron, men who forbid marriage and advocate abstaining from foods which God has created to be gratefully shared in by those who believe and know the truth. Again, in the later times, deceitful spirits will come out and lead people away. Matthew 24. Then if anyone says to you, behold, here is the Christ, or there he is, do not believe him. For false Christs and false prophets will arise, and will show great signs and wonders, so as to mislead, if possible, even the elect. Behold, I have told you in advance. If therefore they say to you, behold, he is in the wilderness, do not go forth. Or behold, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe them. This quote, out of all other quotes, seems to really justify an outright and immediate rejection of Baha'u'llah, or the Prophet Muhammad, or Buddha, because it's saying that individuals will come to you and tell you, the Christ is over here, or the Christ is over there, and Jesus, who is speaking here, says, do not believe them. And it's important because we have to realize how this would feel when a Baha'i approaches a Christian and is actually presenting the Baha'i faith as the fulfillment and, to be explicit, the return of Christ. Because that person is going to hear Matthew 24 in their head. Do not believe them. So how can we overcome this? And this is something very important to understand, because if we're inviting our friends, say, to a devotional, if we're asking them to engage with us in teaching children's classes or doing junior youth groups, we're inviting them to work collectively with us within a community, they have this in their head. This will be a concern for them, and it's something that we have to be able and willing to actually remove the apprehensions of this person so that we can join with them together in serving humanity.